train, please step over the jack between the train and the platform.
I have made connections with people that I never thought I would before, and it has made working in music something that like feels attainable. I went to like a private school for like 3 years. There was a lot of interesting stuff that happened there. Like, I don't know, I genuinely don't want to get into it.
I moved to an alternative school because the normal high school I went to was so cursed. I mostly just going to like the same place a lot, and then once you go there enough, you start seeing the same people there over and over again. It used to be like meetups for like different interests I have, and then the main thing that I've stuck with was going to like local shows and stuff.
Well, Autumn Rhythm started all of this.
That was like the first time like getting to know the people that I mostly hang around. They were the ones around my age, so I ended up like going to their shows more and like sticking with them. And then I just went to so many of their shows, I started getting to know other bands that played with them a lot.
I don't really do much other than go to shows, unless I'm like going every single night, which I don't recommend that. I think the biggest restriction would actually be like money. And also, I guess, like, out-of-the-way venues, because then you gotta, like, spend a lot of money to try and get there. Any venue that's not in the hospital, it's like Bushwick or, like, Ridgewood or stuff, that kind of gets, like, really tricky, because then I gotta, like, take a train, and then I gotta get off at, like, one stop, and then wait, like, half an hour at, like, one of the niche transfer spots for another one, and I just gotta, like, plan, like, 5 hours ahead to get there. And then they're, like, pretty much almost always 18 plus. Unless they specifically say otherwise.
Plug it in, you play with the ring on.
Joey, can you put me on your guest list? If I have like a very good relationship with a band, they'll find some way to like get me in.
Sure.
Okay.
Roman said that anyone taking photos would be on the guest list.
I don't know, I just had like a thought in my head that I was like, hey, my dad has a camera, maybe I can go like start taking pictures at shows, because like that gives me like a reason to, you know, get to know people and talk to people. I don't know, talking to people is like kind of not very easy. I wanted to have some kind of career in entertainment or music, and I figured, you know, this would be like a good way to like get to know people and like get experience and stuff like that. I feel like I talk to the bands more than I like go see their shows.
Once upon a time, I was DMing bands being like, can I take pictures of you guys, yes or no? And then a lot of them would respond 5 weeks later. TJ, he responded like immediately, and then he was like, oh yeah, totally, you should come over.
I met Yoshin at the second ever Miss Teen show with our like real lineup.
I don't know, I just had a feeling. And then he was like, are you Soup Enjoyer 420? And I was like, how did you know?
Because they were wearing like skeleton gloves that Frank from My Chemical Romance wears. So I was like, oh, do you like My Chemical Romance? And then they were like, duh. Like, it's some like sassy, like, you know, sarcastic answer. And then we just kind of hit it off from there.
They went and they played, and I remember there was a rose, and TJ ripped it up and threw it into the crowd, and I was like, this is the greatest band of all time.
When like I find like a new band that I really like, it's partly the music but also like the people themselves. I would say TJ I know the most well because we talk the most about like the band and stuff. They just immediately like stood out of like all the concerts I've ever been to. They were like, oh, these guys have the vibe, you know, they got the style, they got the vibe, they got TJ being, you know, TJ.
We found a common interest like within 10 seconds of talking, and from there it was easy, and we were there for the same reason. Like, you know, I mean, I was there to like play with Miss Teen, they were there to take pictures, but we were ultimately there for the same reason. I think meeting Yoshin was like the pinnacle of like just feeling accepted right away.
TJ, he's just like really nice and really fun to talk to, and I don't know, I just like I connect with him in a way that I don't connect with most people. My friendship with TJ in particular, that's like a really like big motivator to like, you know, keep learning and branch out and keep improving and exploring. If it wasn't Miss Teen America, I probably would have stopped taking pictures a long time ago and just moved on to something else. I've kind of like really been really selective with the bands I'm like taking pictures for now, like people that I like being around, so I only go to their shows, I only take pictures for them because I'm not going to waste time on other people. What you would find in any other community where you find the same group of people showing up together regularly. The disconnect I feel is just like the average disconnect that I feel with other people. Not everybody's perfect, and like sometimes people you really like do stuff that's like harmful, and even if it's on like a smaller scale, I think it's important to like be able to like hold your friends accountable for shit like that. And like just not let that slide just because it's your friend. I don't know if people are gonna do that, so I don't think people are gonna do that.
Pretty great, man. Like I felt like I was killing it. We looked really good, and yeah. I love performing. Dude, it's so fun.
Do you like the Living Gallery?
Not really. I fucking hate it, actually.
Really?
It's hot, small. I think everyone's been here a million times. If like we're being real here, I'm kind of bored of this shit, not gonna lie. The thing is, this scene is like riddled with fucking allegations, just generally mean people, and like uncreative music. I don't want to be a part of a community that acts like this. I want to be a part of a community that's a community. Like, this isn't a community, it's a group of people. Listen, I'm not advocating for counter scene, but I'm also advocating for counter scene. I want a counter scene that puts people up instead of puts people down. I want a counter scene where you have privacy, you have friends, and you have people that will look out for you, seriously. I have hopes. I'm not gonna be 100% confident. From what I've seen, it's been improving. I think maybe we can fix this up a little bit.
Even if it's on like a smaller scale, I think it's like important if you want to become like a better person in general. Being clear about like, what you believe in and like genuinely like living by those values even when it's hard. That's like very important. Like people being like mean to each other and like gossiping and shit like that for no good reason, you know. Calling other people cringe, being just really gross to each other. You know, why would I feel bad about not being accepted by people who act like that? We'll see what happens in the future, because I've been doing stuff and things.
Yoshin's idea was to like in some way fund the activities of young artists and like thus would encourage more people to like take part in the scene because it's more accessible and there's some sort of like incentive for your creativity. And I hope that that happens. That to me sounds very ambitious, but to him it's like, no, we can do it, trust. And I do, like I do trust, so.
My best friend, Yoshin, we passionately take photos together. Yeah, no, we're best friends. Like, honestly, I love Yoshin. Yoshin's so chill.
I don't think I've met you before. My name is Lars and I've heard so much about you. Oh my God! Such good things.
Wait, guys, take some with me. I love making friends. I think I know too many people.
Oh, damn, I'm hot.
Wait, let me see. We look so cute! I love you!
I have learned so much about the music industry and how it works and made connections with people that I never thought I would. It kind of like has made working in music something that feels attainable. Learned to like focus my interest on the stuff that really matters. I really like that, you know, because it does make me feel included, but also it's like something that like I'm really like passionate about, and being able to contribute to that in some way, no matter how small, it's just like a very nice feeling.